Hey there. Thank you for downloading this document. I know you're busy, so it is my pleasure to read it to you. So, I created this document. It's called Why High Achieving Women Still Struggle with Money. And in it, I would love for you to discover the 5 biggest mistakes that are keeping your bank account from reflecting your hard work and how to fix them. So my name is Dr. Franchelle Caesar, and in this first video, we are going to go through the first big mistake that's keeping your bank account from reflecting your hard work, your talent, and your effort. And I'll also give you a quick introduction to my process. So you've worked hard to get here. Does it feel like you should be further, especially financially? If you're listening to this, chances are you followed what I've called the achievement formula for your entire life. Number 1, you identify the goal, meaning you identify the goal of getting into college, landing a job, or earning a promotion. Number 2, you study and you research. So you read the books, you take the courses, or you learn from experts. Number 3, you work hard and execute, meaning you put in the hours, you stay disciplined, you follow the plan. And number 4, you achieve the result that you put in the hard work for. You've either gotten a degree, you've gotten a job promotion, or you've just achieved mastery in what you set out to do. And number 5 is repeat, right? Because as high achieving women, we do all that and then we repeat. And before we are almost finished with the one goal, we're working on the next goal. This formula worked for your education. It worked for your career. It worked for your fitness goals, and it worked for your professional development. You're the person people come to for advice. You're capable, accomplished, and successful. But when it comes to money, the achievement formula is failing you. You've read the personal finance books, you've taken the courses, you've worked hard and earned good money, but you're still overspending. You don't have the savings that you should. You feel behind, and you're frustrated, confused, and frankly, a little let down because you did everything quote unquote right. Here's what I've learned after thousands of hours of coaching high achieving women. Your behavior with money, meaning the overspending, the decision paralysis, and the overthinking, it isn't a character flaw. It's a nervous system response. Because when your nervous system doesn't feel safe with the financial goals you've set, it creates anxiety and overthinking, meaning you are overthinking every purchase. It creates avoidance and procrastination on important money decisions. It creates overspending as a coping mechanism. It creates an inability to rest without guilt, even when you're exhausted. And it creates this second guessing every decision that you make. The achievement formula taught you to work harder, to study more, and to push through. But money requires something the formula never taught you: nervous system safety with financial decisions. Without that, all the knowledge and discipline in the world can't overcome the anxiety, overthinking, and avoidance that's keeping you stuck. In this guide, or in this video series, I'm going to walk you through the 5 biggest mistakes I see high achieving women make with money, and more importantly, why they happen and what to do instead. So here's a quick introduction. I'm Dr. Franchelle Caesar. I am a medical doctor, a certified life coach, and a master certified financial coach. And I'm the creator of Financial Savvy for High Achievers. I help women who've worked hard for years finally build the savings and financial security their effort deserves. My approach differs from traditional financial coaching because I work on both sides of the equation. I help you regulate your nervous system responses to money, including anxiety, overthinking, and overspending patterns, while implementing your financial strategy. Because here's the truth: most money problems are not math problems. They're emotional safety problems. When your nervous system feels safe, you can finally trust yourself with money the way you trust yourself everywhere else. Now, today we're going to dive into the first big money mistake, and it is treating money like every other goal you've achieved. You're used to the achievement formula working. It got you through college, it landed you promotions, and it helped you to master new skills. So when you struggle with money, you do what's always worked before, right? You buy another personal finance book, or you sign up for another budgeting app, or you tell yourself to quote unquote just be more disciplined, or you work harder to try and earn more because surely more money will solve it, right? But money doesn't respond to more effort the way your career did. Money doesn't respond to more studying the way your academics did. Why this happens? Money triggers your nervous system in ways that education and career advancement don't, right? Every financial decision carries emotional weight. Will I have enough? Am I making the right choice? What if I fail? What will people think? Right? Your nervous system interprets these questions as danger signals. And when your nervous system perceives danger, it doesn't matter how many books you've read or how smart you are, it will sabotage your plans to keep you safe. And this shows up as analysis paralysis, where you're doing research forever, but you never make a decision. It shows up as emotional spending after a hard week. Have you ever told yourself, oh, I deserve this. I'm gonna have this, shopping spree because I've worked so hard and, I haven't been out in such a long time. Or it'll show up as avoiding your bank account because looking at your banking information may create anxiety. It may also show up as starting a project and abandoning, and you do this over and over again with multiple budget systems. Like you hear about something that works and then you start it, but then you abandon it because you just lose interest in it before you've really had a chance to make it work for you. Now, what to do instead? So instead, recognize that succeeding with money requires two things working together. First is your financial strategy. That's the practical steps. That's what you actually do when you sit down to look at your money or when you meet with your financial advisor. The second thing is your nervous system regulation, because you have to feel safe enough to execute the strategy. I'm going to pause here. This is not in the guide, but this is just a personal story. I remember I used to go to my financial advisor and they would put together all kind of plans. I say they, even though he was asking me what I wanted and I was telling him what I wanted, things just felt like they were moving so fast. He was using words I didn't understand, but I was too embarrassed to ask him, what he was talking about. And I just remember that we come out with this plan and I wouldn't execute the plan. I would actually not even look at it or think about it until it was time for me to meet with him again, which I would avoid and procrastinate for as long as possible. And the thing was that I just didn't feel on board enough with the plan to execute the strategy. I didn't feel safe in it. I didn't have anyone to really talk it through and decide what exactly I wanted. I was just in some ways telling him what he wanted to hear, knowing that I wasn't going to implement the strategy, which is a terrible waste of time for all parties involved, right? So back to the guide. You can't skip the second part, which is the nervous system regulation. You can't skip the nervous system regulation and expect for the financial strategy to work. This is why you need an approach that addresses both, calming the financial anxiety while building the financial strategy. This has been the first part of the guide. Stay tuned for the next video because I will take you through mistake number 2 and mistake number 3. Hopefully you take the time to think about this, what to do instead of expecting your money to respond the way everything else in your life has responded when it comes to creating success. Think about the fact that you need 2 parts to be successful with money. First is financial strategy. Second is nervous system regulation. I would hope that you would click on the video to move on to the second part so that we can continue the conversation from here. All right, I will see you in the next one.